Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A, where we go over all latest news that happened during the week of tech and mobile and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now, testing out a new camera angle, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Before it was always, I felt too zoomed in, so this one is a bit close. The camera is like right next to me now. So let me know what you guys think in terms of the view, and hopefully we won't have any issues. I know we had some last week, but hopefully we won't have any issues this week, and we will have a great show. So as we get started, again, if you have any questions you want to ask, just ask them in the comment section down below, and I will answer them before the end of the show. Let's get started with the first big news topic today, and that is going to be the Galaxy S22 might actually be getting a Mediatek processor. Now, this comes from a tipster, and really the whole thing is that, you know, been right sometimes in the past, so we could see it. But this is basically a new Mediatek processor that is supposed to rival the Snapdragon Gen 1, Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, and in some variations actually beats it a little bit. So overall, it's kind of interesting to see how it really is in terms of it. So this one looks like it could be heading for either the S22 FE or possibly even the A73, which has still not been announced yet. We didn't get it at the event, and or the A53 Pro, so a brand new variant essentially of this device. Now, the reason why I don't think the A53 Pro is likely is because that would actually be a smaller battery than the A53, so it just doesn't make too much sense to call it a Pro of a phone that, although this may be faster, it's not necessarily going to be absolutely better because it, again, has a bit of a lower tier in terms of the battery life. So I see it as, if it's a 4500 milliamp battery, that kind of falls in line perfectly with the FE series. So I do honestly think this could do very well. Now, here's the curiosity. So Mediatek has been, you know, the processor that all Android TVs use, that all smart home devices use, from Echoes to Google Home Hub or Nest Hubs. All of these are used by Mediatek. Mediatek is what makes them all, and that's why Mediatek is so huge in terms of low and entry-level devices in terms of processors. They are just less expensive, and they cost a lot less to get that kind of processor than to get one from Qualcomm. So this is the big thing of, man, it's really a curiosity if Samsung would finally go to Mediatek, because I cannot think of one high-end Mediatek device that has ever been Samsung. I mean, I could be wrong, and maybe there's one from a long time ago or something like that, but nothing recent. Now, Samsung typically for their entry level doesn't use Mediatek. I believe they have in the past with some Core series or something like that. I think they did use some of the Mediateks there. And of course, they've always used Exynos on their inexpensive phones, especially in countries overseas where we're talking less than $200 phones. They have definitely used the Exynos before. So we've never really seen Mediatek, and I'm just very curious on how that would do. To be honest, I haven't had a Mediatek device for a little bit. I think it's been a year and a half since I last had a Mediatek device, and it wasn't the highest end one at the time. So I'd be very curious to see how this processor does. It got a lot of rave reviews from influencers that were flown out to see it, but still very curious to see how it does. So very curious how it ends up, and let me know what you guys think. Are you in favor of a Mediatek processor, especially if it means a cheaper cost? Let me know what you guys think. All right, and the Steam Deck keeps gaining steam, so to speak. Now, I am expecting my Steam Deck that I ordered in the next 3 months. I did not get the Q1 shipments, but I am scheduled, at least for now, to get the Q2 shipments for 2022. And that is if you basically bought it the first day. I bought it the first day it came out. It was around like 10 a.m. So it wasn't like, midnight or anything like that. But I bought it I bought it for Q2 is scheduled to come out. So I'm very curious to see how it does. It's something that is a very interesting product to have high-end games come to a portable device. And with that being said, it is getting better and better. Over the past 2 weeks, Steam Deck has gotten Windows compatibility and now Xbox Game Cloud compatibility. You can even use the Epic Store with it. So this is a really curious product because it's more and more like a portable PC that you can get for under 500. Now, I would suggest if you're thinking about getting this device, realistically, the 500 is the one that I would recommend. The $400 one is there for kind of like the price point. You only get 32 gigs of storage as opposed to the next one up, which is 256 gigs SSD, which is also much, much faster than the MMC device that you get built in with 32. So it's definitely worth it to get the upgraded version. The 500 is the one that I would recommend everyone buy. I don't even recommend the higher version of that just because most people don't need a 512 storage. If you would, you can definitely just get a micro SD card and it's pretty much the same. So overall, it seems to be much better off. But here's the cool thing about it is that we are getting, like, I'm trying to upload my Steam library because I haven't bought some games in a while. So I mean, and that's the great part about this over Nintendo, I would say, that I really appreciate. A game that like Knockout City, right? That is a game that is available on the Nintendo Switch for about $40. If it goes on sale, at most it would still be $30. I just got it for the Steam Deck, or basically on Steam. All of the Steam library will eventually, I believe, be available on Steam Deck, but they do have a way to filter out already playable and verify that they do work on it. So you can always check that if you're searching for Steam. But the cool thing is I got that game, the same game that I could get for a Nintendo Switch, but instead of paying $40, or when it's on sale, at most a Black Friday sale would be $30, I just bought it from Steam for $8. And that is a big difference that I think is so crucial with this, is that games are so much more affordable on Steam when you compare it to Nintendo Switch, like so much more affordable. And that's why I'm really excited about this. But not only that, the fact that you can actually have Xbox Game Cloud portable now on the go on a Nintendo Switch kind of device is really cool. Like, you can straight up play Xbox games on it, no problem, if you install this. Now, when I say no problem, there are still some bugs, get it? But by the time anyone really buys it, like mainstream audience buys it, most of these bugs are going to be out. They update this. All the Steam users I know that have the Steam Deck already have totally been saying that this updates every single week, basically. So they are continuously pushing out updates to this device, which again is really cool and very exciting to see. I am very interested to see how well this does, but we've seen with Xbox Game Cloud, it plays Halo Infinite good. So like it has the ability to. Now, battery life can be killed definitely very easily when you put it to extremes. God of War apparently drained it in 90 minutes, so very quickly. So there are definite things that can affect it and can make it worse. But again, the possibility, I think, we've had things like the Nintendo Switch kind of games for a long time. We've had our Android phones and other things like that. They could play emulators up to PS3 graphics, basically, is the highest we've gotten at this point. and play them well. But with the Steam Deck, we are now getting games that just come out. Elden Ring just came out. It's the hottest game on a lot of platforms. A lot of people are playing it, and it plays no issues from what some reviewers have said. I haven't obviously used it yet on the Steam Deck. Obviously lower quality than it would be on an actual high-end PC, but still, that is impressive. That is very, very impressive. So I'm very excited for this, and this is one step closer to essentially getting a portable PlayStation, portable Xbox on the go for $500. I think that's really cool. Let me know what you guys think. All right, and then this one was waited on by a lot of people, and I did just get it today. I was, again, house shopping and everything like that, going to open houses, so I have not gotten to test it very well on this yet, but I will say that we have gotten the March 2022 update for the S22 series. I did get it on my phone today, and that does offer a couple things. So one, it offers some stability with the camera, basics with that, basic more stability overall on the phone too, so less crashes, always, you know, any kind of glitches it finds out. But some of the big things are you can now completely stop apps from being slowed down by the phone. Now, this was a scandal from Samsung and their CFO, I think it was. I forget who just talked to the investors basically on their earnings. They did apologize for this, and they stated again that they just wanted to make sure that consumers had the best sort of battery life, which again, I think is fine. I think if they didn't hide it, that was the biggest issue. And I do think that was an issue that they tried to hide it. But overall, now you can disable that limiter so that you don't have to worry about your phone being slowed down. However, I think most people who own these phones would agree that if the battery life isn't as good, then we'll go ahead and keep that on. So yeah, just because I wouldn't trade, I've never had it once stutter on me. So that being said, I'm not about to, you know, oh, I need even faster performance on my day-to-day personally and lose maybe 10% quicker battery life. I just don't need it. But let me know what you guys think. Are you going to disable everything from being limited? Let me know. All right, Chromebooks, it looks like, are about to get a faster refresh rate. This will most likely happen at Google I/O, which we now have confirmation is going to be in May. And basically, we are going to be getting some gaming Chromebooks coming soon, and they will have variable refresh rates. So that's pretty cool for sure when it comes out. I think, you know, the idea of Chromebooks with services like Xbox Game Cloud, like Steam, and all these NVIDIA GeForce Now, all these online services, I think are really going to make Chromebooks a go-to destination, especially with the refresh rate that's so high. I think, you know, if you're paying $30 and you get streaming cloud gaming, and as long as it's not competitive gaming, I don't see a real issue where most people would have. But of course, if it is, you know, competitive gaming, then yeah, it might not be as well. So I think that's going to be a cool thing. I love the idea of Chromebooks getting more. I feel Chromebooks have been stagnant for about at least 3 years now. There was a big push 5 years ago from Chrome OS to be able to get everything offline. And then 4 years ago, we had Android apps start to come in. And then for the past few years, it's kind of been stagnant. It's just been like, oh, yep, this is Chrome OS, and that's all that there is. So I'm very excited to see some updates like this to Chrome OS to make it more valuable. I think the biggest things that Chrome OS still needs is a built-in high-quality video editor or a great program like DaVinci Resolve that is free and that can edit better than Premiere. That would be great. Or a program similar enough to Photoshop so that you can really do well on it, that comes with it from Google. Google by, you know, one of these older, what is it, GIMP it was one of the best free ones you can get on Chrome OS that allowed you to do layer editing for photos. That's great. And finally, I think you need some kind of some kind of accounting software that really does well. And those are the big ones that are missing, I feel like, from Chrome OS to make it a true PC replacement. All right. And then lastly, Chrome is going to be something that I'm very curious if they will get this, because the Google Tensor chip has actually taken a small chunk of the processor market of Android. And again, it's a small sliver. These little green lines right here, as you can see, it's small, all about 1% area basically, but they are getting there. 1 to 2% overall in terms of the $900 and over phones, in terms of the $800 and under phones to $500, which is basically the Pixel 6 Pro and Pixel 6 when it's on sale as well. So yeah, they did very well in terms of gaining a bit of a market share from those areas. Now, you can't even say this, that they did actually beat Mediatek. So Mediatek is great in the under $600 price point. As you can see, they go big and they go at it when it comes to that kind of price point. However, what they don't really have is the high-end market share, which effectively actually Google did better in their first year at getting the high-end market share than Mediatek ever has as of 2021. Now, Mediatek is getting a really new good processor, as we talked about earlier, that may even go to the S22 FE, so that could all change. But as of right now, Google did something very impressive in their first year out, getting these small slivers, and it shows you that the Pixel was a little bit more popular than maybe we were led to believe in the beginning. So yeah. All right, guys, that was the news. Now let's get to your questions. If you have any questions you want to ask, just ask them in the comment section down below, and I will answer them before the end of the show. I really should have fixed my hair before this, but yeah, got like a weird thing going here. All right, guys, let's see. Is it 8:15? It says 9. It says it starts at 9:15. Oh, did I put that it started at 9:15? I totally did mean 8:15. I meant 8:15 my time, which is Pacific Standard Time. So that's what I totally meant it. But yeah, it should totally have been 8:15. Sorry if that did confuse anyone. I do apologize for that. Good angle, great Green Lantern background. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely just trying something new in terms of the angle. The camera is like right here, like I can touch it right here now, but I just thought it was a cooler one than just like I was so close before. So I just wanted to back it up a little bit. So yeah, hopefully the angle's good, and hopefully, oh man, guys, I'm telling you, this house hunting thing is so stressful. But like, I saw 2 houses today, or this weekend rather, that like, man, if I would get either one of those houses, the new studio I could have will just be so awesome. So awesome. So yeah. Let's see. I have a Samsung Galaxy S22. Oh, let me move this over here so it's closer to you guys. Okay. I have a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. I'm a makeup artist and I'm not happy with the pictures on the S22. Really? What are you not happy with it? And hold on, guys. Sorry, my kids just came in. Sorry about that. But yeah. I should have locked the door. That was my fault a little bit. But I'm surprised you're not happy with the pictures of the S22. Now, I guess the first things I would say is, what settings do you have? Did you check out my video on how to set up the camera? Because, you know, if you are taking selfies and you are basically doing it with, you know, the filter that's preloaded on, you want to take that off. So that would be the first thing that comes to mind of why you might not be happy with it. If you are seeing it to brighten, we have talked about that in the camera video as well, that how to slightly darken it so that it's more, it doesn't overcompensate and brighten the photo. That is something that Samsung does if you allow it to. So there are some tweaks you can definitely do to make it a better quality, but those are the top things that I was just right over the top of my head. But yeah, watch that video. I mean, I literally made, it's what, a 20-minute plus video on how to improve the camera that comes out of the box for it. But yeah, I mean, it's really good, like really good. And again, I take photos in comparison side by side to the iPhone 13 all the time because that's the one that I sold to my boss. And basically with them side by side, bam, it's just a very big thing of like, yeah, mine's better. So yeah. How good is a film 3D curved glass screen protector over Whitestone? I have never used it or, to be honest, heard of it. So I do not know. I've never heard of this brand. Let me do a quick search on them. Oh, I would not say they're as good. I've seen this brand now. To be fair, I see they have like a Whitestone dome glass style of one where like they do, like, I don't know, they might have copied Whitestone or whatever from it, but at the same time, I cannot say about those. What I can say is I have gotten these screen protectors for lower end devices before. So for like the A series phones, and also I think I got the Pixel 4 one for it. I might have even gotten the Nintendo Switch one for it too, actually. I'm looking at like the products they have it for. I would rate them good, but nowhere near the Whitestone dome glass quality. When I tell you guys that I use it, I've been sponsored once by Whitestone, and it was, I think, the Note 6, I want to say. It was a long time ago. That was the one time ever I was sponsored by them. I've never since been sponsored by them whatsoever. But I continue to say that they are the best glass screen protector because they are. Like, I wouldn't... I know they're like $30 a pop for a 2-pack, and that seems like a lot of money for sure, and it is for a screen protector. But at the same time, I'm not saying they're impervious to cracking too. I mean, look, I got the Pixel one a while back. It was like, what, 3 months ago? And it has a little crack on it. I don't know if you can see it from this angle, but let's go ahead and right there. It has a little crack on it. So it's not like it'll never crack, it'll never break or anything like that. But I will say that it's just really good quality. Like, I really like it, and it's less fingerprinty than most. And trust me, that is one thing that I definitely notice when it comes to a cheap screen protector, is the fingerprints that get on it is crazy sometimes. You can get fingerprints on the Whitestone, but it's less. And it's the best one with fingerprint scanners for sure. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it. And I've used the brand on, again, less expensive models, but yeah, that's it. I still have not gotten the March updates yet. They go out to every product as they come out, so it should be going out to yours within this week, most likely. But they do it in waves. Just what my recommendation would be: check on it every day. Just automatically, when you wake up in the morning or before you go to sleep, just check your settings and check to see if you got the latest update. And if you don't, hey, there's always tomorrow. But again, it's only been less than 24 hours since I've had it, so I cannot say there's been a big difference, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes. LOL, it looks great, Ricky. I don't know about that. It looks kind of crazy. RICKY, the real estate guy. I have been a real estate agent for 5 years now, actually. Since 2017, I think was when I got my license. So yeah. Can you teach us how to become real estate moguls? Yeah, have a lot of money. That's the secret. Once you have enough money to do a full flip, as long as you're not crazy and you stay on top of it, that's how you start. That's the problem, though. I think, like, if more people could flip, then if more people could afford it, then that would be the whole idea, right? So yeah, it's the real thing about real estate. I will tell you. I know it's a tech show, but I'm just kind of giving you guys, since you joked about it. Real estate is so interesting in that it's an investment, and yes, you can flip it. It's the blueprints is all there for you. I mean, you can watch HGTV, right? And like, no, okay, you have to hire a general contractor. Don't try to be stupid and do, everything. And, spend where you need to, save where you can, do sweat equity, all that kind of stuff. Sure, all that kind of stuff sounds great. But do you have the money for a house purchase? 20% of a house? Can you flip it in 90 days? That's what you kind of need to have to be able to do it. So yeah, that's how you become a real estate mogul. Have the money for a house, have the money to flip a house, and be able to do it in 90 days. And that's how you do it. But yeah, the real estate market's crazy right now. The interest rates are going really high. So we're about to see a tip. Right now, it has been a seller's market. Everyone that is looking to buy a house, it is a very difficult time because you are competing with at least 5 other offers. At least in the Los Angeles market, everyone is getting at least 5 offers, if not more. So yeah, so that's a little bit about it. California is doing a really interesting thing, though, to stop flippers from raising the price value so high. And that is that they're about to implement a 30% gain tax if you flip. So yeah, it's a really crazy thing. Yes, I set the reminder at 9:15. Apparently, M. Cooper, I'm sorry. I just saw someone said that at the beginning of the show. I meant it 8:15. I totally did. I do apologize, though. You can always watch it back, though. That is the cool thing about YouTube, of course. I have the Affirm S20. It worked great on my S20. That's awesome. I'm not saying it's a bad one. I am saying I've only used their cheaper version of their glass screen protector. They do have one that uses a blue light and all that kind of stuff, just like Whitestone. And it was okay, but it wasn't great. It wasn't the same kind of quality as Whitestone. So I'm only going by what I know. I cannot go by anything else. But if anything, you might know more than me because of the fact that you have a good version on the S20. So there you go. Do you think the S23 Ultra will have an under display camera? I would say no. No. I think they're gonna make the under display camera better and better as time goes on. But I do not think that it will be in the S series. I think this is going to stay in the Fold series, possibly in the Flip series even, but I really don't see it going to the S series, quite frankly. So I do not think the S23 Ultra will have an under display camera. Maybe S24, maybe, if it's good enough. But from seeing, I forget what the company was. I don't know if it was Oppo or Xiaomi. One of them already had a second generation under camera, and it was worlds better than what the Fold 3 had. So there is a very possibility that Samsung will do a very good increase from the next one on the Fold 4 on the under display camera, if they want to spend the money for it. But I do not see it happening when it comes to the S series, just because I think quality is more important on that phone, and I think the Fold can be a little bit more experimental. What's the best way to manage your notifications on an Android phone? Is there anything? Um, you can play around a lot with the notifications on if you use Samsung's Notify Star, I think it's called, under Good Lock. So you can really play around with it and choose it how you want. But I think honestly, Android does a really good job. I mean, compared to iOS, it's night and day difference better. But I really think Android does a good job, honestly, with notifications. I always set, which I talk about in the tips and tricks video, set your settings so that it's only 3, so you don't have so many there. Add the snooze back so you can always snooze your notifications to view them later if you don't want to view them right now. So that's another thing that's a really good thing to do. But yeah, I mean, I've never had an issue with it. And I am a person that needs to have no notifications. Like, it drives me crazy when I see a lot of my friends' phones, a lot of other people's phones, and they just have a freaking CVS receipt worth of just so many notifications. And I'm like, how do you do this? Like, I cannot have a lot of them. I really, really can't. So yeah, I just don't recommend anything in particular for that reason. But Notify Star for sure has so many additional things you could do for your notifications in the Good Lock app if you're using a Samsung phone. But that's the only thing off the top of my head that I can think of. Have you heard of any issue with the screen cracking on the S22 Ultra? I'm tapping the edge and it cracked. I was using a Whitestone screen protector and case. The phone screen cracked with the screen protector and a case? No, I have not heard about that. That is really bizarre, man. I'm so sorry to hear that. No, I mean, I haven't heard anything about it. I would check, XDA developers, check Reddit, see if there's any kind of trend going on. If there is a trend going on, sometimes Samsung will help correct it more. But I will say Samsung is pretty good at fixing screens. And if you can go to them, if you have an extra phone, obviously. If not, check out the prices for, I think Ubreak iFix is a certified Samsung. At least they were 2 years ago. I really need to check on them again, see if they still are. But they were a Samsung certified repair, so they might be see what price they would charge you to fix it. The reason you want to go to a Samsung certified technician is because then you get to keep your waterproofing. A big mistake that people used to make, since we've had waterproofing on phones all the way back for 6 years now, has been the fact that some people would, take their phone to fix it. They would put a new screen on there, but they would not do the pressure and the exact adhesive that it needs to maintain its waterproofing. And then they would lose their waterproofing and they didn't know. So yeah, that's one thing you definitely want to make sure is always take it to a Samsung certified technician so that they will make sure that it's still waterproof after they repair it. What is the best program, app, or website to download YouTube videos? Well, Kevin, I one time got my first strike on YouTube for doing a video that showed just that. So I can't really say it, but if you search a website like apkmirror.com, they might have an app that is really good. I don't know what it would be called, but I would imagine something along the lines of a tube. And, then you would have to go and find its mate. So yeah, hopefully I didn't get another strike right now, but we'll see. I didn't show it this time. Apparently showing it is what got me my very first and only strike ever on YouTube. Was that? If anyone got a different timer, I don't know why it went eight. Like I swear I set it for 8:15 on my end, but I don't know what happened or why that happened. So again, I do totally apologize for that, guys. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Does Google Messages come pre-installed with RSC messages on S22 Ultra, or do you have to configure it yourself? So wait, R RCS. I was like RSC. That doesn't sound right. RCS messages. Does Google Messages come pre-installed with RCS messages on the S22 Ultra? Yes, it should, but you also can check it. So if for some reason you're not getting, your read and all that kind of stuff, basically all you have to do is go into settings on your text messages. So you go into settings right here. Let's see, go from ahead. So chat features at the top. And then I cannot show it because it's live and my number shows up. But enable everything on that screen and then you should be fine. So yeah. Tell us about your marketing job that you used to have. I've had a lot of marketing jobs, to be honest. I've had, I've done marketing jobs for lots of third-party companies, and I've been a manager at different companies, district manager at different companies. So been a lot, I've done third-party companies for companies such as HTC back in the day, Samsung, TCL, what else? I did marketing for, what was some of the other big ones? Toshiba, OnePlus, all these different companies for one form or another. My favorite was always when I had to do field work and I would go and train employees, because what better person to train? Seriously, what better person to train on any mobile phone than this? Like, it was just like a no-brainer, right? If I could have, if that could have been my only job, would be going to like carrier stores and like whatever new phone came out, the Pixel or the Samsung or whatever, kind of just talking about that. Like, yeah, it just totally would have done that. But yeah, after, I mean, I did what do you call it, third party company for Walmart Mobile, was a district manager of that. Like, I've done so much different ones. I did a one called just so many different companies over time. I did tequila companies too. I mean, obviously I've done other stuff besides tech, but yeah, Bandero tequila was a really interesting one. That was the one I drank for what was it called? Drunk Mobile Weekly. Bandero tequila. So yeah, that one, whew, put the whole bottle away. Did really good quality though, really good quality. As a person that rarely drinks, I will say it was probably one of the best tasted tequilas. But yeah, I've done a lot of different marketings. Social media management is what I do now. So yeah, lots of different marketing jobs, from direct marketing to indirect marketing to manager of different third-party marketing companies, all these kind of things. I hope the S23 doesn't have yeah, it won't. I mean, I sincerely doubt it. I don't think the technology has come up that much to do it. What's the best screen protector for the Tab 8 S8 Ultra? I do not know that, to be honest. I have not gotten one. I did get the keyboard case because it was free. By the way, oh my god, that keyboard case is so expensive. It's like $350, I believe. Wow, that is just ridiculous. I mean, I got it for free because I pre-ordered it, but like it's worth it, it's definitely a good thing to get for the tablet for sure. Like it makes it whole. But Samsung, what the hell? $350? Just like, what the hell? Like, that was just so bad. Like, why would you charge that much for a keyboard? Like, it doesn't even add. If this keyboard added battery, like, say you made it a little bit thicker and it adds, like, 5 hours more battery, maybe worth 350, but not even. I still think it would be worth 250. But I mean, this keyboard case should be 150 maybe at most. 200 I'll give you just because, but like 350. Hopefully you never have to pay for that keyboard case, or if you do, you get it at an extreme discount, get it open box, whatever you need to do, but do not pay $350 for that keyboard case. I mean, what the heck? But sorry, I had to go to a little rant there. But so I don't have a particular one that I can recommend for it. Let's just do a quick search. Tab S8 screen protector. Oh wait, I'm guessing. Did you mean for the Ultra? Unfortunately, no real standout that I could say. Oh, hey, they actually have one. Whitestone has one. Whitestone Dome Glass does have one. So, it's $20. It's only one, so that is a little expensive. I will definitely say that. But if you're asking me which one I would get, for sure, that's for sure it. You know what? I'm going to buy this right now because it's a good screen protector. It comes out March 23rd. It looks like it's brand new, actually. So there you go. Hey, guess what I have? Another video. No, this is all right. Let's see what you guys have. I think Samsung has a special right now to replace screens for $100. But if you just broke to break, I hope they fix it for free. Yeah, again, I do hope they fix it for free or a very discount. I mean, I do not know how you can prove that you didn't break it. It's always such a tricky thing because I can tell you that I've worked at many companies where people will claim to be the victim and they're not. And I've definitely helped out people and then found out later that they scam me. So it kind of sucks. And again, I worked at customer service and was a manager at Circuit City at Best Buy. And I've seen more too, but man, just so much craziness. Speaking of tips and tricks, thank you so much. Quiet Storm. I was about to call you White Storm because I was thinking of Whitestone Dome Glass. Quiet Storm. Thank you so much, Quiet Storm, for that, for sure. Just for letting know. RCS, and you're blaming your sausage finger. Hey, I'm blaming my brain for the just complete blackout of my logic. Just buy a third-party keyboard. You definitely can buy a third-party keyboard, but there is something really nice about the keys on that one. and how it docks. But yeah, I would totally buy probably a Logitech keyboard. I'm pretty sure they may probably make one. But $350, that's crazy. Keyboard is very premium. I wouldn't buy one myself of that price, but as a free gift, it's great. Absolutely, as a free gift, it's great. Bring back Drunk Mobile Weekly. I don't know. I don't know when I would bring back Drunk Mobile Weekly. It was for sure a fun thing to do. And hey, I got a lot of freaking because the whole thing, if you ever miss Drunk Mobile Weekly, what it was a one-time event that was, I think, was it our 8th year anniversary? I think it was our 8th year anniversary because I was in this house. So I think it was our 8th year anniversary for the channel, and basically what I did was every time someone would donate a super chat that was over, I think it was over $10 or something like that, or maybe it was over $5, I would take a shot. And I think everyone told me to stop after 10, or yeah, I think 10 was where everyone told me, and like 11 I think was the whole bottle. Basically it would have been the whole bottle of tequila. So yeah, it was a crazy thing for sure. But yeah, it was a fun, great time. I don't know when's the next time I would do that, but definitely should be interesting. Hi Weekly next. Oh man, hi Mo. I don't. It would be very interesting to say the least, because I don't know. I can control myself pretty well off drinking, but I don't know how high would be. I don't know. Hey guys, where am I? RICKY, the high guy. I see March update is out, unlocked S22, but mine still shows no update. I don't have an unlocked one. I have the T-Mobile version, and I just got mine today. So you should be getting yours soon. So yeah. Ricky, good job. Thank you, Luca. Quick question. Would you advise to go from my Fold 3 and Pixel 6 combo to the S22 to have one device for all? That's up to you. I mean, you know, there is a certain thing of having a bigger device, obviously, that your Fold 3 gives you. But in all honesty, do I miss the Fold 3? Almost never. I've really grown to love the S22 Ultra, and the camera is just so great to have again. It's so great to have this camera compared to the Fold, and even the Pixel 6. Don't get me wrong, the Pixel 6 is still what I take most of my thumbnails with. It's just, I trust it in that sense. But man, the S22 is just so good. It's gotten better. So yeah, very happy with it. Very happy with it. Samsung Repair Center recently repaired my Z Flip 3 for only $100. There you go. That's really cool. I heard Break iFix charges $400. I'm sure they have to charge a lot for their what do you call it? What was it? For a bendable screen. But glad Samsung only charges $100 for it. That's really good to hear, because I mean, sometimes a broken screen was like $400 was a normal price, and it just didn't make sense to even do it half the time. So I'm glad that they're only charging $100. Whitestone Storm that is a form too powerful for mankind. Is it your final form? Is it more powerful than Ultra Instinct? Oh my god, is there a Whitestone Storm 2 or Whitestone Storm Ultra Instinct? Whitestone Storm is reminding everyone to check out 51st Day Questions. Shameless plug. Well, thank you for the shameless plug. And yes, as always, I like to remind you guys of 51st Day Questions. This is a game that I created, and it's fun for a first date night. If you are having a first date or having a date night with your significant other, this is a great game to play with them. It is simply you ask them a question, they ask you questions, you find out more about what you guys are thinking about on the inside, and if it is a first date, it will help you know if you are compatible with them. If the date does not turn out well after playing this game, they're probably not the one. I mean, probably, I don't know. But yeah, probably not the one. So yeah. 50 First Date Questions is available in the links in the description down below on Android and iOS. Do Mobile Weekly 400. What Mobile Weekly are we on? We are on Mobile Weekly 382. So that would be around, probably around my birthday, right? Because that's about a couple, I want to say that's, yeah, around the summertime, end of summer. Might be an idea. Maybe we could do that. Where, let's see. 82, 83, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or what? 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. So actually it'll be around July 4th. So it'd be July 3rd. That might be something because I probably don't work July 4th. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. See if it makes sense. So we'll have to wait and see that. Yeah, probably not going to be any videos for emulators, rooting, or anything that can get a strike on YouTube. Yeah, man. Emulators, rooting, all that kind of stuff. And the thing is, I used to do all that stuff in the beginning. But I think the app that shall not be named to download videos from the tubes of you are definitely probably the worst ones of that would get you flagged. Can you do a video on emulators? I can't for that very reason, because basically Google can give a strike whenever they so deem fit. And in the video that I got a strike for, I had emulators. I had, you know, it was a best apps video, and one of the apps allows you to download tubes of you, and for that reason I think I got a strike. The thing is YouTube never actually told me, but that's what a lot of people, when I visited the YouTube recording area. YouTube has a studio out here in Los Angeles that I used to go to. They used to have like events and all that kind of stuff, and they told me, yeah, probably was that app. But they never told me why. They never gave me an explanation, no matter how many emails I sent them after, because although you do get off your strike, you permanently have a warning on your account. So I still to this day have a warning on my account, even though it's been years since that happened. Tubes of you is strong with the force. Yes. I got my March update Saturday on the unlocked of the S22 Ultra. There you go. So more people are getting it. So yeah. All right, guys. I think we will call that a show. We do have some more videos coming out this week, including some Raycon stuff. No, they're not a sponsor or anything like that, but I did check out some of their headphones, including their work ones and their game ones. So the game one's going to be the first video that comes out. It is a really cool looking headphones. I probably would recommend it for gaming only, but we'll get into that in the video. Probably one of the coolest looking headphones in terms of design that I've ever seen. And for the one I have, if you're a Lakers fan or like purple, you're gonna buy it. So yeah. All right, guys, hopefully you did like this video. If you did, please give a like, thumbs up. It really helps me out on the channel. And make sure to share some of our content. If you have anyone that is thinking about buying an S22, make sure they see some of the videos that we have out there. Send them the playlist. Say, hey, watch every one of these videos. Give them a like, thumbs up, and then share it yourself. All right, guys. But really cool stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I really do appreciate it. more case videos coming for the S22 as well. I hope we will at least have one of those videos out this week, if not two. And we will finally get to that webcam that I've been trying to get to. I just want to make sure it's a good video, so I do want to do side-by-side comparisons, and that's kind of tricky to do. So yeah, let me know what you guys think as always, and I will try to do the best I can for any new content that you want to see. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.